Alright guys, ZFR Gaming back here again today, and in this Walking Dead video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about King Ezekiel. But before I get into this video, just want to let you guys know, sorry for getting this out so late, but better late than never. I was busy earlier, so yeah. But anyway, without further ado, getting into this, now I noticed after the season 7 trailer dropped, a lot of people were like, who the freak is Ezekiel? What's going on with this tiger and everything? What is going on in The Walking Dead right now? They even put like the thing with Carol where she was like, I don't know what's going on in the most wonderful way right now. Like that was kind of a reflection on what a lot of people felt during the trailer, and I'm hearing a lot of people who haven't read the comics say that that's exactly how they felt. And pretty much, I was honestly kind of surprised because when it comes to AMC's The Walking Dead, like I haven't seen a lot of people who watch the show but haven't read the comics, or at least gotten the basic story of the comics so far down. I haven't met a lot of people who haven't done both yet, so like it was kind of surprising to see so many people didn't know who this guy was and how many people were interested in learning more about him. And before I get into anything else, yes, this is once again the Negan build in the background. I kind of revised it, so yeah, that awesomeness is going to be going on in the background. But anyway, back to Ezekiel. So Ezekiel is the leader of a community that Rick and the others will meet soon. Well, Carol and Morgan are already there. But he's the leader of a community called the Kingdom. And pretty much in the Kingdom, like Ezekiel, like the best way to explain it is they all role play in there. Like when it's called the Kingdom for a reason. Inside of there, like they act like knights, they act like medieval, like it's like they speak like they're in the medieval ages and all of that. The dudes on the horses with the riot armor that we saw in the last episode of season 6, those are the knights and stuff. Ezekiel is their king. Siva is his pet tiger. You saw her at the end of the trailer. So, and there's not much to really say about the tiger. Like, I mean, it's a tiger. Like, I don't really know what else I can say about it, that except for the fact that it's going to be awesome. A lot of people did complain about the CGI on it. I don't really think the CGI was bad. I honestly think it's pretty good considering this is a TV show and not like, you know, a full budget movie or anything. Like I think it was pretty good CGI. But yeah, of course a lot of people are going to still just complain about everything because of the cliffhanger. But we'll talk about that in a different video which I have planned. But anyway, back to Ezekiel. Now, Ezekiel is a very interesting character in the comics. Like he shows up and right off the bat he has this very interesting dynamic with Masone. Like it starts out where they almost automatically become rivals because she has, you know, her katana, and he has like, I think, I forget what it's called. I think he has a katana too. I might be wrong about that. I can't really remember, but he has a sword too of some type because, you know, the Kingdom, knights, king, all that good stuff. Like, of course they have swords. So, you know, he kind of challenges Masone right away because he sees a sword to see what he can do with it and everything. And like they almost instantly become rivals, but he actually ends up getting in a relationship with her and everything. And he just plays a major part in the upcoming fight against Negan that we're going to be getting into in a completely different video. That's all I'm going to say about that. Don't worry about spoilers in that regard. But I'm not going to lie. Without going into details of what happens in the comic, excuse my language, but Ezekiel kind of does turn out to be a bitch in the comics. Like, he just ends up, you know, I don't know. I sounds a little harsh when I say it like that, but at one point during the comics, something happens, and like not, it's not anything. Well, it's something bad, but it's something really bad. But it's something like that. Instead of getting up and continuing, he kind of breaks down and just quits. Like his people need him and everything. And he just kind of throws in the towel. He kind of almost surrenders, and stuff just goes crazy. I'm not like, I promise I'm not giving spoilers right now. Don't think too much about any of it. But I swear I just did not spoil anything. But yeah, like he kind of turns out to be a little wimp. And he cries and everything in the comics at one point and stuff. Like he just starts to really look like a weakling at one point or another. Now, I hope in the TV show version that they do Ezekiel a lot differently. I really hope they do. I don't want him to get soft in the TV show. I want him to be like a badass. I want him to be awesome. Like he looks awesome in the trailer. Like in the trailer, I'm telling you right now, he looks way more cool than he does in the comics. Like I'm already 100% liking the way he looks in the TV show more than the comics already. 100% improvement, because he does look like kind of a goofball in the comics. But yeah, like in the trailer, the look is there. I just want it to really I want his accents to kind of represent how awesome he does look. So yeah, I want this Ezekiel to be a little bit tougher. I hope they do take a bit of a different route with him. I hope I still expect him to have that big emotional scene I was talking about, because like I said, that's kind of an important point for his character. So they're probably still going to do that, but I want him to bounce back from it better than he did in the comics. It took like a second for him to bounce back back from it. Freak, I said for it. But yeah, in the TV show, I want him to be awesome all the way through. And the last thing I'm going to talk about, a lot of people are predicting he's going to get in a relationship with Carol instead of Masone, because obviously Masone is with Rick in the TV show version. In the comic book version, Andrea is still alive, and her and Rick just got together. So yeah, like it's way different in the comics at this point. So yeah, like Masone is taken, so a lot of people think he's going to get with Carol. I honestly wouldn't have a problem with it. I hear a lot of people saying if that happens, Tobin's probably going to die, which he probably will. Like it wouldn't surprise me. But at the same time, like, I don't really know. Like, he might be there. Like, that might create an interesting dynamic. But yeah, I really do hope Ezekiel and Carol do get together. I think they would make a pretty interesting pair. I think they would. And I believe that would even set it up in a way to go in a very different direction for Ezekiel's character than the comics. Because I'm telling you right now, like, what they did with Rick and Masone, like, that is going to affect Ezekiel's character. It has to, because Masone isn't even anything close to the way she was in the comics. Well, I mean, she is, but like only in terms of like how good of a fighter she is, and like, her being a really good, trustworthy person. Like, but in the comics, Masone is a lot more harsh at times, and she is a little bit more distant from others. She doesn't know how to deal with certain situations or social situations as well. Like, she's kind of messed up in that regard. In the show, it's definitely less of that. She's definitely over that. She got over that way back in season 3 or 4 when she found Rick. Yeah, I believe it was 4 when she finally got with Rick and all of them at the prison. So she kind of started to get over that way back then. So yeah, like, I think this could be pretty interesting. A lot of people were thinking Morgan and Carol were going to get together. I don't think so. Like, in the comics at this point, before this point, Morgan was with Michonne as well. So yeah, you know, in the comics, Michonne was like dating everybody. But yeah, like, so obviously they changed a lot of stuff. Morgan's dead at this point in the comics. So yeah, don't take everything I said about the comic if you haven't read it, or well, freak, if you haven't read it, I guess like I spoiled the comics for you. Like, that's just off the bat. But like, if you're worried about some of the stuff I said about the comic translating into spoilers for the show, don't worry about it, because the comic book is different on a lot of the big key main characters. Like, a lot of main characters are in a very different place than they are in the comics, except for a few of them. Like Rick, he's pretty much the same as he is in the comics, except for the fact he isn't missing a hand like in the comics. He's been missing a hand since, it would have been like since season 3, I think. And like, freaking Carl's the same, but except he's older. Freak. But yeah, anyway, that's all for this video, guys. Like, tell me what you guys think. Tell me what you're hoping for when it comes to Ezekiel. Are you hoping he's going to be way cooler, or do you think he's going to end up, you know, kind of being a wimp once again like he was in the comics? Like, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to like down Ezekiel. Anybody who's a fan of the comic book version of him, he's still a cool character in the comics, just was a little bit of a wimp. But anyway, in that regard, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to leave likes and comments down below and tell me what you guys think, and I will see you guys on the next video. ZFR out, guys.